pretty much. So most people have one of these in their box. They're cheapy little guys. So how they work is you just spin the spark plug on there. If the spark plug will spin. And you guys are going to basically keep threading these down until you lightly touch the side. Some people, so I need 15 to go in and 19 not to go in. So usually people will stick the feeler gauge in there and then tighten it down. This one happens to be too tight already. Let's do the other side. But you guys want to make sure you don't close the gap too much, because if you close it too much, then you have to pry it back open. But you just put enough tension on there, and you want to check to make sure it clears. So this one goes in, this one does not. So you want to check to make sure that. So a lot of people have this one in their box. All you do is you just keep turning it down until it starts closing the gap. Very simple, right? So you just push up against the sides. This one you can do both sides at the same time. See how it goes down? Pushes up right against the side, closes the gap. Pretty simple. And I don't know how much these are. I think they're what, under 20 bucks or something? Very cheapy. But like I said, most people have one of these available to them. And usually when you take it off, you want to double check to make sure that...
Yeah, one they like spring back?
Sometimes they spring back. So you want to make sure, when you're doing this, you just want to put light pressure on it, because if you go too far, like I said, you go too far, you have to break, you crush it.
If they spring back, what's the cause of that? Like, can you fix that, or?
Oh, it just springs back because of the pressure when you relieve the pressure, but you just keep working it slowly in and in, further and further.
Okay.
Okay, pretty easy. This one is kind of different. I guess they have this out at Montgomery. Does the same thing, but it keeps one of your hands free for you, and it does one side at a time. So we've already installed the spark plug in here, but this little guy right here does the same thing. You just screw him down until he lightly touches the side, and then you keep pushing it down until you close the gap. Most people will put the feeler gauge in here so they don't go too far. See how that works? And then you just back it off, take it out, flip it, you do the other side. Pretty easy, right? So anybody have any questions about that one? Most important part is to know what your gap is supposed to be before you start this. That's the most important part. Okay, and I think these aren't very expensive either.
You said this is 0.015, right?
Yeah, so this 0.015, this 0.019. Usually the spark plug will tell you what it's rated for. This one happens to be that, and the other side is 18 to 22.
Okay, but this one is specifically 0.015. The 0.019, that's what I was confused about.
0.019 is you don't want that one to go in. So you want 15 to go in freely.
Gotcha.
You don't want 19 to go in because you want it to be in between those two.
Gotcha.
Okay? Any other questions? So these two, that one and this one, are pretty cheap. You can get through Champion or Craft Spruce, I think, has them. Even the little store at Gillespie has those, I believe. Any questions?